Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to all new episode of Jason Lee Podcast. This is what I look like because this is how I feel. This is come to work how you feel day.
I should have worn a mask on me and Rob.
Well, you could have caught some at the Croatian picnic.
You know what? And did.
That's what we called it. We love that you're staying true to your people. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Lots going on in the world these days, and I'm not going to get into the madness that this country has created. You people who voted for this circus deserve every animal and clown that you get. I refuse to participate. I'm on the sidelines watching, and I'm throwing peanuts when the monkeys run by. That's just what it is. Because, what I saw coming in terms of what we're living through, I saw this. We saw the movie.
Yep.
You were warned about the movie. You literally got the reviews. You were told how it was going to conclude, and your ass still bought tickets to the show. And now you're on the sidelines saying you want a refund. That's not how this works. You got to live through the show. This show's not 4 hours long. This show is 4 years long. The only problem is that this is going to cause generational harm, and it's going to last a long time because of everything that's being done to unwind all the amazing work of progress that's been done over the years. It's so frustrating and sad to watch. Again, every single group is under attack. We're literally living in a time where we're watching a president bomb boats in the middle of the water without even a conclusion. People, you talk about right to due process, they got killed. When you talk about the death penalty, they got the death penalty with no due process. That's happening right here in America because you all voted for it. That's how crazy it is. And you know what? In many ways, if I have to think like a Trump, this is just a test to see how much you can get away with. Mm-hmm. And nobody's outraged. Nobody's marching about due process rights. It's going to happen to you. I think it's crazy that I woke up to hear that a black man was hanging in a tree in Mississippi and there's no outrage and no candlelight vigils and no monuments and no silence at games and stuff for him. But yet we now have turned Charlie Kirk into Martin Luther King. I ain't subscribing to that shit. You guys can live in whatever fiefdom you choose to live in. I refuse to join that with you. Now, I'm not going to be online burning down the Christians all day, attacking the right, MAGA this, MAGA that. I ain't going to do that. Why? Because my emotional stability cannot be lent to lunacy. You all created it. You all are living in it. I'm on the sidelines looking. I will tip my toe in it when I have to come to work. And as soon as I'm done, I tip my toe right out and I go right over there and get me a good old butter lettuce salad with some tomatoes. Right?
Yep, and I know where you go for that salad.
Because what is the alternative? Straight up madness? Am I supposed to be mad every day?
Yeah, they want us to be enraged all day long.
Or super scared. I feel like it's a lot of fear mongering. It's just a lot of
Nancy Mace, you wrinkly face, nasty, just bounty paper wipe wet by a faucet ass looking dog face biatch. I can't believe that one. Now, I thought Marjorie Taylor Greene was the trailer trash nobody wanted to speak about, but this Nancy Mace, you need to be maced. And I'm not saying from a violent perspective. I think somebody needs to put you out. I can't say that because then they're going to say it's dog whistling for an attack. Yep. And right now, let me go back because the temperature's loud right now, and I don't want nothing to happen to you. I do want you to lose whatever election. I think you're running for governor. You are a trash bag of a human being. I don't even know how these people get elected. Is it that they find their hate group or what is it?
Yeah, I think they've done a really good PR job of creating this environment where people feel like they've been marginalized by marginalized people. So a lot of these people in that base feel like they're losing opportunities or losing their position and power in American society. And I think it's mainly like white men who specifically believe that, but she feeds that fuel too. It's crazy.
Now, as a vice mayor of Stockton, California, I can tell you there are several Republicans in our community, and I work well with the Republicans. Let me just give a shout out to the Republicans that want to work well and the Democrats that want to work well. Those of us that can put party aside and just look at the issues because we want to better the community and we want to make money and we want to make sure those without money have opportunity. I fuck with y'all. I'm somebody who can represent and live among Republicans and Democrats. I have family members that are Republicans, Democrats. I have friends that are Republicans, Democrats. I have investors that are Republicans and Democrats. I don't care about the party stuff. I care about the hate mongering, the fear mongering, and the rage baiting that is happening, and the race baiting that's happening right here in America. And the whole world is watching. You know, to go from Obama to this, it's literally a joke. And those of you that hate Obama, it's because you're secretly a racist. Halloween is coming, so you don't even have to put on the costume anymore. We can see you for who you are. There's no way anybody looks at Obama and says that he was bad for the world when this person literally restored class, something that we've lost. I watched a documentary on Netflix around September 11th, because we just had September 11th pass, where thousands and thousands of Americans were killed by terrorists. Not by Muslims, by terrorists. And I was looking at how even during a Bush administration where he was a Republican and I was a Democrat, I still felt very solid behind our president. I mean, that was before weapons of mass destruction. Let's go kill Iraq on the way home. But I remember how unifying that moment was when we got attacked as Americans, that every American wanted blood. And we wanted to kill all of the Taliban. And we all band together as citizens of this country to go and kill the bad guys. I mean, that's what this country's about. The United States, united, UNITY. I mean, hire Queen Latifah, ask her how to do it. United States. That's what we're supposed to be, and that's when we're stronger. We're the divided states right now, right?
100%.
How do we even get back to any type of normalcy? What is normalcy anymore?
I don't know. I saw a really good conversation the other day. I wish I had a reference point to it, but I think a lot of it is our lack of ability to, as a community, to socialize. We're so invested in like social media, our phones, TikTok. Like we really don't have a social barometer where we feel like we can connect with the person next to us. I think we've lost that. We've lost the grace of being able to have like human connection at this point. And I think there has to be some kind of limitation on it with these younger generations because they're so invested in their phones and social media. They get all of their information from social media. They're inundated with misinformation and disinformation on a consistent basis. And like, how do you stop that? And I think we really do have to put some kind of safeguards around like phone access and social media access for younger generations, or else we're going down a slippery slope.
Real bad. And we live in like a headline society too. Everyone just reads the headline, doesn't like read. I fall victim to that too. I'm like, I have to start like reading details because I'll say stuff, and then when people want to like engage in a conversation, I'm like,
yeah,
let
absolutely.
me read the rest of the article because I just read the headline.
This is true.
Listen, we have to start embracing each other's cultures. I embrace Croatia, as you know. She was at the Croatian festival. How do you say it will snow? What is it?
It's going to snow.
It's going to snow. How do you say that in Croatian?
Biće sniga. I knew you were gonna. This was a setup. Okay, there was an old TikTok years ago, and this black dude, Ruben. Shout out to Ruben. He was the warm up guy for Steve Harvey and Kelly, and he sent it to me out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, he's trying to learn Croatian. And I opened the clip, and it was a girl actually being like, "What's one thing in your language that you cannot say because it sounds so fucked up when you say it?" And she was like, "Biće sniga," which is correct. Because biće.
Biće sniga says what?
Okay, so biće is it's gonna, it will.
Biće.
And then sniga is snow. So you can say like biće kisha, that means like it's gonna rain.
Don't bring Keisha into this. Okay. Keisha runs Hollywood Unlocked, by the way. Anyway.
Biće sniga.
Thank you for this. You ain't got to keep saying it. It's time for the tea with Jason Lee. You know how you have friends who've been waiting to say some shit?
Kept going.
Hopefully this can still get monetized. What if it gets
That's why she
out?
takes her black boyfriend to the snow often. Anyway.
No, I moved out of Chicago, so it doesn't, there's no sniga here.
Don't bring them bitch ass niggas into this conversation. My God. Anyway, Paul Pierce is in the news. He's telling he's telling men to stop dating tens. Anyway, former NBA player turned podcaster Paul Pierce is telling all of the hardworking men out there to stop dating tens and get them a girl that's like a 5 or a 6. I mean, who will have substance, of course, and be down for them. This is what he told Truth After Dark co-host Azar Farida.
All you men who stand up men, who go out there and put your elbow into making a woman make sure she's straight and hardworking and respectable, chest up, chin out men, and you really on the grind and you really got ambition, man, leave these little pretty girls alone, bro. They don't put their elbow in it. I'm going to keep it 100. Over there looking at, oh, she bad. Oh, look at her Instagram. Oh, she a 9, she a 10. No, I'll get you a 5 or a 6 who going to put some elbow into it and going to be down for you on some 100. You know what I'm saying? They going to look at you like, why he with her? Don't worry about why I'm with her. Because she going to do everything you ain't doing. 100%. And that's the new wave we should be on, fellas. Like, man, forget all that how you look when you with your arm around her. Nah, she ain't got no substance to her. It's 2025, y'all. Don't be embarrassed by your chick. Get you one that's going to get her elbow into it. Like, man, we good on all that other stuff, man. Make her feel like a queen. Her attitude a queen, but these other ones, when oh, it's all glitz and glamour. It's all shiny. It look all good when you in the window, and it look cool when you out and about. But when it's behind closed doors, man, you miserable as hell.
Because I would hate to be with a man who thought I was a 5 or 6. I got with you. You don't look that great. You're a 5 or you're pretty average, but you put your elbow into. I wish a man would. Like, the fuck are you talking about? You put your elbow to it, but you don't look that great. But she's gonna put her elbow in it. Like, the fuck? Nigga, bye. Go get you somebody else, because I wish you would.
First of all, you sound like you were talking to a 5 or a 6 as loud as you were. I could never, like, that loud yelling and screaming. The Advil I just took aren't even working now because of you. Paul, you sound like you want a mechanic. No disrespect to mechanics out there, but somebody that puts their arm and elbow into it, like, do you want to date Arm and Hammer? I don't know what you're looking for. I could tell you as somebody who is single, and I will tell you today I am happily single because I get to lay in my bed in peace. I don't have to share the cold space with somebody. I don't have to ask, are you hungry? I don't have to deal with all that. But also as somebody who's coming off of a cold, I did wish I had somebody there to take care of me. You know what I mean? Because you do want somebody to warm up your soup. And, you know, I think when I'm old, I need to help up the stairs. You don't want to do that by yourself. And fuck, Andrew's probably not going to work for me at that time. Yeah, dating a 5 or a 6 for me is not possible. And I'm going to tell you why. When I walk in a room, people notice. I am who I am. People notice me. But I want somebody when they walk in the room with me that everybody notices them. And I'll go back to my date at the award show last year. I like that everybody was interested in my date and that was kind of cool. He's clearly not a 5 or a 6. I would say, what would you say? He's like a 8, 9? 9. He likes it. Anyway, he's like a 9. 9.5. Yeah. With his clothes off, he's a 10. But anyway, let me say, damn, I just saw him with his clothes off. I had to give him his flowers.
That always scares me.
Shit. Right, he earned them flowers. Anyway, I love the fact that people look at him and they're like, yo, because I want somebody that everybody wants, but nobody can get. A 5 or 6, nobody wants that. And shit, I don't even want it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you would date a 5 or 6.
No,
you would.
First of all, I think whoever's your 5 or 6 is actually a 10 to somebody. Okay,
well,
your standards are very high.
First of all, a 5 is a 10 to another 5. And look, I'm not a 5 though, so I don't need to be with no 5.
I'm just saying everybody is a 10 to somebody, and I think that this conversation,
or also no, you know what's real shit? You know what's real shit? They say an LA 5 is like a Midwest like 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I live in Stockton, which is one of the most, they say a lot of the most prettiest people come from Stockton. Now, not everybody's the best dressed because of resourcing, but you only have a Dillard's. But I mean, there's some beautiful ass people in Stockton. I won't date any of you though because I'm the vice mayor and I don't want no smoke. Can you imagine the vice mayor? No. Was seen at the Ave dating? No. But I don't, yes, I love these little, is this a colloquial? What is that word?
Oh, not with the words again.
Anyway, that big word. This is one of those things that we would use. A 5 is a 10 to somebody. I don't want to talk about that. I'm saying, would you date a 5?
This is what I was getting to.
Okay, your friend who you were in love with is dating a 5.
What friend that
I'm? You know what I'm talking about?
First of all, I was never in love. But
That's a good example.
But
right?
again,
he's like a 9 dating a 4 or 5.
well, he has a very specific type that he likes, and
obviously
that type is never going to be a 10 to you or me. Like that's just not what we like. Like no.
So you would date a 5.
No, I don't want to sound so
Because
shallow.
the reason why we're single is because we have unrealistic dating
standards.
expectations.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should ever lower the standard of what they're interested in, because I think you'll resent that as well. So like if you're I'm gonna just date somebody who's a 4 to me or a 3 somebody I'm not physically attracted to, I think you're gonna wake up and be like, what the fuck am I doing? So
Yes.
I think there is some level of selfishness that we should be able to have and say, I want to date somebody I'm attracted to, but I also think we should care about the values the person brings to the table. That's the other thing that I was going to say. But like I want to be attracted to the person I date. I want to wake up and be like, I'm attracted to you. I want to go to bed and be like, I'm attracted to you. I want to be attracted to someone that I'm with. I don't want to just settle.
I think we need to decide what is the 5 or 10. For example, I went on a date with a very good looking, and I will say because he was so mature in his age, he was handsome.
What is mature?
He was 49.
Oh, okay. He was mature, yeah.
Mature as fuck.
He was grown.
I like that.
He was grown.
Grown.
And in his good old grown age, he was good looking and he was successful. So in many ways, on paper, if you looked at his picture, you would go, that's somebody that you should date. He's your age, he's successful, and he's good looking. But when you interact with him, for me, it was like, I'm not motivated. I can't. Like, you know, I think that we have to see what our baseline is, as Dr. Bryant would say, right? What is our baseline? I do require dating somebody who is extremely gorgeous. You have to be beyond gorgeous. You don't have to be the most successful right away as long as you have ambition. But what I found is that the 10s that look a 10 usually are like a 5 in everything else, if that, right? Or less, and come with these high unrealistic expectations. I kind of feel like you got to meet somebody where you are. If you look really good, but everything else is really not popping, you kind of got to balance the shit out and just be a happy 6.5. But you can't look like a 10 and act like you a 10 all the way around unless you're ready to be paid for it. And most of these guys out here are looking for somebody. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, they are.
They're looking for a sugar daddy or somebody. And look, I have no problem being is it a kept man where you have a man that he's kept, meaning he doesn't work, right? He goes to the gym, he washes the car, he walks the dogs, he makes dinner. Is that what a kept man does?
Well, I don't think he's going to be washing the car. He's going to be overseeing, handing the keys to the car
First
washer.
of all, he's
and
fine
then
as
open
hell
the door
with
for the
abs.
dog
He's going to
walker.
get out there with some soap and wash that motherfucker because I want to watch it. It's entertainment. But no, I mean, a kept man is somebody who's taken care of.
Yes.
Right. Like I have no problem being with somebody that I'm taking care of if that's what it is. But there has to be so much more, not just looks. It has to be
Substance.
emotional stability, partnership, companionship. Not like a dog companion. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. But again, I think it just goes back to like, whatever it is that you want, I think you should go after. But I think quite often these conversations are led by people who. Let me stop.
No,
But that's where I kind of agree.
Like
Well, say it.
why are we having conversations about you shouldn't date a person who's not a 10 if publicly I don't think people would always look at you and call you a 10. Like I just don't think.
Well, they would look at Paul Pierce and say he's a 10. Maybe not by his looks, but by his
from his
bank
success
account.
level, yeah. But this is clearly about people's appearance, their outward appearance, and like I think we objectify women very easily that way, especially men in these circumstances have these conversations about you shouldn't date a 10. Yo, here I go putting on my black scent again.
By now, the whole audience knows you're racist. So
I'm not. What are you talking about? But I just don't. I don't think
because you need to stop stereotyping us how we talk.
Well, that's how he's talking. But I'm
And
not
why
saying.
does your
I'm not
voice
saying.
get so deep.
I'm
when
not
you do
saying
it?
Paul Pierce is ugly, but I am saying that we should.
You wouldn't date him.
I'm saying we should stop
You
having
wouldn't
these.
date him?
No,
So
I'm
in
saying,
your world, is he a 5?
I'm just saying we should stop having these conversations.
Numbering people is just so disrespectful.
I think we should just stop having these conversations about women's appearance in this way because I think this is part of the problem. Like we're putting these unfair expectations on women. Like you got to be a 10,
No,
and
we're
you
not.
got to
No,
sexually do this, and you got to do that.
Have you seen the BBL movement in the country these days? I'm sorry. At this point, I'm looking at a girl. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm telling you this is you can say whatever you want. Somebody asked me, "Were you the vice mayor at the time?" You don't get to take the vice mayor hat off. You either have it on or off. It's on at all times. I'm Jason Lee. Period. Okay. There needs to be a citywide or statewide ordinance on BBLs. We need to stop it. It is out of control. They are putting that's like putting bumper stickers on Bentleys, and they're just throwing these BBLs on anything. At this point, doctors need to have some requirement before they do it. Like, what's the assessment? Because I can tell you, if the face looks like Fright Night and the back caboose looks like an overwhelming oversized plum, something is wrong. Okay, and I'm sorry. Yes, you lose points if you're not all the way put together, snatched or anywhere. So anyway, any other word. So I just think that people should. Okay, all jokes aside, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Some people wake up and realize that a 5 is probably the best they're going to get. And they don't even shoot for anything more than a 5. So yeah, those people should go out and look for and maybe they are going to put their arm and their muscle into it and do all the twisting and turning that he talked about and flexing and muscling up things for their man. But I don't think that just applies to women. Let's be very clear, because some of you men out there with chest implants, calf implants, some of y'all out there with these fake tans, listen,
lip filler,
BBLs,
the
lip
men's
filler,
are doing lip filler. That's
all
crazy
that.
work.
All of y'all out there with Botox and fillers.
Steroids. The fuck?
Somebody said, "Oh my God, what's wrong with your eye?" I ain't got no filler. I mean, yeah, I got to go get filled up. You know, I'm one of the people I'm talking about. But at least I'm a 10.
No, your filler is natural. There's guys that got duck lips. I was in the gym yesterday and I'm like, oh my God. That's why I'm like, guys always want to talk bitches with BBLs. No. Y'all have steroids with little chicken legs and big ass Popeye's arms.
But isn't there a point to what he was saying though, that some of these 5 and 6, some of these 10s, just because you're a 10 don't mean you don't treat your man right. Make sure you have a good meal for him or her, or if it's a man for a woman or a woman for a man. Like, when you're in a relationship, whether you're a 6 or a 10, you should be treating each other like you're 10s.
Yeah, but I think part of the problem also is these guys are going after unattainable women that they see on Instagram, who probably don't even look like that in person though. But they're going after these girls who are on Instagram who are seeking out that kind of attention. Like, I have friends who are 10s, who are women, who usually date guys who are like 5s because they find that those guys treat them better. So they're the 10s that, you know, have good jobs, who take care of themselves, who are successful, but they're dating guys who they date down because they prefer guys who are going to open the door for them and treat them right when they go out. So
true. And I just feel like no matter what number you are, whether you're a 5 or a 9, whatever the hell you're going to label yourself, if you're going to go out and say, I need somebody who's a 10, I feel like you don't care about what's inside. You just want like a trophy, like an accessory. Because I've never gone out dating like, I need to date a 10. I need to date a 10. That's just so weird. Why am I even going to put a number? What the heck? Nobody wants to be with someone but ugly, but there's always going to be someone hotter, richer,
I can
sexier
tell
than
you
you.
right now.
Always.
Rob, have you seen me date somebody ugly?
No.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. And look, you
That's
can
fair.
call me whatever you want. You can have your opinions in the comments. I don't read them anymore, so I don't care. I will say this. My personality changes when I'm not around the type of individual that I want to share company with. People look at my friend group and go, "Oh my God, all your friends are cute." They ain't all cute. There's a couple 6s in there, right? But they make up for it in other ways. You know? Because again, it's all eyes are in the beholder. And again, if you're judging people on like, you're rating like 2 points for looks, 2 points for creativity, 2 points for tres, 2 points for your cars. I mean, again,
Not the
I don't know the
brownie
rating
points.
system. I'm just talking, y'all. Don't listen to nothing I'm saying. Yeah, but if you are a 10, please feel free to email me or message the show or DM
What was your
somebody.
dating email?
It doesn't matter. We got nothing but
Date
bad.
Jason?
No, we don't got no.
I think it was Date Jason.
It's funny because I'm getting to know somebody who's watching the show, and they're like, "Oh, you said this on the show." Look, I'm single. I can say whatever I want on my show until I am dating you. Until there is a ring on this finger. As long as this finger is ringless, I'm single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're dating somebody.
What she said? If ain't no ring on the finger, you ain't going on the ground.
Ain't no.
Who said that?
Cardi.
Anyway, Stefan is a 10 though. Is Stefan a 10?
Yeah. Maybe
Look
9.
wise, he's a 10.
9.
Oh, yeah.
Career wise, he's a 10.
I'm just protected.
Kid wise makes him like a 7.
Correct.
Okay.
And his track record, I'm very protective over my queen, so I still got my eyes peeled on him. But she's happy.
I'm keeping my eye on him too, but I'm also staying the hell out of that relationship. I was too invested in Cardi's last relationship because this is my girl and I got her back, but I've already said to her, walk with God. I love you, Cardi. Okay. Bye, Paul. Stay out of people's business. All right. Speaking of people's business, Tyrese is talking about people's body count. Now, Tyrese recently opened up about his body count, admitting that his number is a little scary while appearing on Kirk Franklin's YouTube show, Den of Kings, which, by the way, I'm supposed to be a guest on. Hello.
They were supposed to rebook you. Hello.
Can you make that happen,
great,
please?
yes.
Thank you. Tyrese shared his admission with the gospel singer Sisters actor Sky Black and producer DJ Monte. Listen.
My body count is a little scary. Serious. I would be considered a pussologist. I'm just playing. Go ahead, continue. So going back to my specific career, everywhere I go, every audience I perform in front of, every club I host, I pretty much never see dudes. It's all women. It's been that way from the beginning. I'm safe here, but if I felt even more safe, I would be willing to go public with what I believe my number is. But it's crazy.
But I want you to feel it's safe.
What I've been doing. No, I'm not going to mention the number.
Oh no.
I'm saying what I believe my number is a little scary because I got to a point where a powerful man of God asked me a question, and he said, without even coming at me, he just said, "Hey, Reese, let me ask you, man, how many more?"
That's deep.
Wow.
First of all, hello, Sky. I've known Sky for many years, and I'm happy at all his success. I actually ran into him at the BET where he goes, "Why you ain't talking to me? Nigga, I ain't talked to you since your name was Alvester, so I didn't know, I knew you before they knew you." Okay, but anyway, I'm happy for your success. Tyrese said he's a pussologist and that he doesn't want to talk about his count. First of all, in the era of the whole Diddy stuff, nobody should be talking about their count on nothing. In fact, I have amnesia. I don't remember who I slept with. Everybody from yesterday beyond, I don't remember nothing. I don't know nothing. Don't see no evil. Don't speak no evil. Don't saw or taste no evil. But what do you consider a scary body count? I mean, I'm 48. You're 45. How old are you?
32.
Okay, and you're a female, so your body
Yes.
count is going to be different than men.
Correct.
Let's start with women. What's a scary body count for women?
I feel like if we're going to do it, it's got to be the same for both.
The world doesn't see it.
Correct,
That way. I
I
do
know.
believe that it should be that way, but it's
Because
not
men
that way.
are hoes and girls are hoes.
Men
too.
are celebrated
So,
by the
period.
more they have.
Correct.
Women are diminished the more
Correct.
they have, which is not fair.
I don't know. I don't even know. I feel like I'm so old school with it. Like,
I think if you have more than 5 as a woman, you're a slut.
What?
No, I'm just playing.
You're just saying that.
my
I was
God.
like- I'm just saying. I just want to get. Most of my fans are women, so I just want to get them riled
Jeez.
up. What, you calling me a slut? Yeah, I'm calling you a slut. No. I think that we live in a liberated time where women and the right to express themselves sexually in their bodies, their right. I think that women should do whatever they feel makes them happy. Of course, I think that women should see themselves as being the prize and not just give themselves away like Halloween candy. But ultimately, I think it's a woman's body and a woman's choice. I would never judge a woman and say, "Oh, you had 30 men, you're a whore." Like 30 men at 35 years old. I mean, that's a couple summers in Ibiza, a tour in Paris, and you was on South Beach for a year. So I don't know, right? Now for men, there's men and then there's gay men.
Oh my God. I didn't
Because
even think about that.
gay men are going to outsleep a straight man
Real bad.
with
What?
with our eyes closed.
What the heck?
But let me ask you, Rob, what is a scary body count for men?
I just personally, I don't.
What's your body count?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Private.
I don't know. I haven't counted.
Okay, well, if you had to guess, is it in the hundreds?
I'm definitely not guessing.
Is it in the hundreds?
I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna
No,
guess.
you don't have to guess the number, but
I'm not gonna give an estimate either.
Is it more than 100?
I'm not giving an estimate.
Because you go back to the Adam for Adam days.
It goes from 0 to whatever. I don't know. It's
So
a number.
unlimited.
I don't know. I've not
the
counted my
unlimited
sex
plan.
partners. But I also don't think that we should be counting sex partners. I think that's
You're deflecting from what the show's question is.
no. I'm answering
Stop
the show's
deflecting.
question.
Okay, get to what you don't think. But the
Yeah.
question I have is, What is a scary body count?
No, your question was, what's Rob's body
Well,
count?
no, I'm going to get to that. And I use you as an example to say, what is your body count?
I do not think we should count our sexual partners. I think that creates an unhealthy environment because then it creates this fear around sexuality and sexual freedom because at that point people become like, oh, am I a whore if I slept with 2 people? I just don't think we should have that conversation. And I'm a person who believes this is me. I'm sorry. I think if you're in a situation where you're dating, you should have the freedom to explore that person in a sexual way too. And listen, or people are going to get married to a person and then find out that sex is terrible.
I'm not
and
getting married to nobody who
goes,
slept with 200 people, period.
But why?
Because you're fast.
You're offending him because his number is way beyond
No,
200.
no,
Is it
I'm
wrong?
saying why. I just want to know why.
I'm not. If you sleep with over 200 people and you're 30-something, how many is that a year?
But what if you're a person who slept with over 200 people?
No, then you can't keep your dick in your pants. I don't want someone with no self-control.
No, I'm saying, what if you're a person who...
You're offending him right now. Because
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm so sorry, Rob. I'm sorry.
I live with him
not.
for at
Oh my
least a
God.
year. Hey, you're way over the number.
Rob, I'm so
I
sorry.
lived with you for at least a year.
We're not
So
talking
let's
about
talk
that.
about that.
What's your body count?
Go ahead,
No,
Rob.
this is the Jason Lee podcast. What's
Go
the...
ahead.
So to
I'm
me,
a vice mayor. We don't talk about body counts.
I just want to know, and this is a fair question because I'm not judging you for feeling that way because I think most people would feel that way. Like most people.
Yes.
But I
That's
also
shade.
think if most men would be like, oh, you slept with more than 2 men, you're a whore. Like that's how a lot of men
everyone's
think.
numbers are different.
So that's
Right.
why I don't think, 1, it's healthy to count who you slept with. And 2, I don't think I should be giving an accurate number to whoever I end up with of this might be the number of people I've slept with in the past because that does not matter. If we get tested together and we're both clean or whatever is comfortable for you in a sexual situation
Yeah,
for
but
a
if
person,
the linings
it doesn't
wore
matter.
out, who wants that?
Well, they can get it sewn back up. They can get vagina rejuvenations. Like they can do whatever they want. So I'm saying the lining.
but
There's
Jay
there's no
not.
bussy rejuvenation.
Yes, there
process.
is.
Is there?
Yeah. They can get that stitched up.
What,
pink.
your
they can get
asshole?
it turned pink. They can do everything they want to it. They can do anything to your body.
First
at
of all,
this
this
point.
isn't paint in a Cadillac. Okay, wait. This is you talk about restoring an old vintage car.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you still don't want to tell us your body count?
No, I'm not gonna.
But is it beyond 300?
I don't
Okay,
know
so
a number.
answer. Well, I'll answer the general question. So how high is too high? Because I know for everyone's gonna be different. I feel like I'm more old school. I don't know,
I don't think.
I feel like 1,000 is way too high.
but 999 is okay.
But see,
I mean, 999. I mean, what? Let's talk about that. Like over what period of time? Like when you're
Like,
90.
You're 50. Let's say you're 50 and your body counts 1,000.
I'm just playing. I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite, but I'm not going to say my number because I don't know the number. But what I would say is, I don't know that 200 can fly by pretty quick. It can. 200
I
for a
think it
gay
can too,
man.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys are gay.
But I'm not saying it's too.
I'm not gay.
But also, like, I'm a person who, again, I would date a person who was a sex worker in their past. I don't have an issue with that.
No,
Like
no.
I'm saying, if the person was a sex worker previously, I don't want to date somebody who's actively a sex worker because that's just not maybe.
Stop judging.
No, actually, I was kind of talking to somebody recently who is a sex worker, but
And what happened?
they were more uncomfortable with the circumstance.
Did you guys have sex?
Yeah.
So did you feel like a client?
A
No.
client is crazy.
Did not feel like a client. But
Because the thing about having sex
is-
with somebody who's in the sex work world
yeah.
is that you don't really know if you're pleasing them because they're an actor.
I mean,
Think about
but
it. You know what I mean? They're not, they're like, so like when they start moaning, you're like, really? I saw that last week.
Right. You're like, this is a
You
show.
know?
It's a show to
can't.
them.
I cannot.
I'm not going to judge someone whose body count is 200, but you cannot be my husband. Period.
But that person may have had so much experience that they know that they're right for you.
I
Think
don't,
about it like
you're
that.
not right for me. Maybe I'm right for you. You're not right for me.
Okay, there was somebody recently who was talking to me that wanted to date me. And I was just like, you have not lived enough life. My 20s burnt this body down to the ground, burned it down to the ground. Even Fat Jason was out here getting play. Was Fat
You were a
Jason?
hoochie daddy?
Was Fat Jason getting play?
Yeah.
Fat Jason never missed a meal and never missed a man. Ever. Are you crazy? What? They love me. They were like
God.
literally like stuck like honey, literally, like a fat
Nah.
teddy
Don't
bear.
diss your old self.
Well, I just saw a picture the other day. I don't know how Rob let that happen. But no,
He didn't judge. He
because
was
your friends
accepting.
are supposed to be honest with you.
What was I gonna tell you?
You're fat.
Oh.
But I never did I never was the body count person that did like steam room sex and stuff at the gym, all the crazy stuff these gays be out here doing. I never did that, bathhouses and all those things. But I will say that when you're in your 20s and you're in this world and you outside, that shit can rack up pretty fast, and it can't.
And I feel like back to this story. Okay, it's about Tyrese, right? Tyrese was famous, cute, single.
Had money.
Correct. So I know his number is high. He didn't say. I was trying to look up the number. He didn't say the number. But if you are going to call yourself pussologist,
let me text Tyrese right now. Ask
if you call yourself pussologist, that's setting up for me.
But I feel like a lot of these musicians, especially the male musicians from that R&B era of Tyrese, a lot of them probably have high body count.
They probably had like 10 bodies in one night.
All these DJs
That's
out
what I'm saying.
here.
I could never do that. Ball player, all of that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with that type of person. But to each his own.
Well, we're still not coming up with numbers because you're trying to deflect yours.
Well, if I give a number, then that number is probably going to be
just
close
give a
to your
number. Let me see.
They're probably going to be close in number.
Well, our numbers?
Yeah.
Who's ours? He said you.
I'm much more popular, so I'm definitely higher.
Maybe you guys have the same number.
I don't know a number. I literally.
I haven't. Okay, in my phone.
Okay, but the viewers are waiting for us to say what we think is too high.
Say a number.
I don't have a number that I would say is too high.
Because he don't want to say
1,000 is not too high. You're gonna marry someone that's with 1,000 people.
1,000 is outrageous.
No,
1,000 is diabolical.
Sorry, prep don't work against 1,000.
But again, that's why I said I'm not going to judge a person
through.
based on the experiences they had sexually before our relationship. But
we're not asking you to judge.
No, but
what is a number?
Just
Give a number.
No, I'm saying
why you can't come up with a number.
I said there's no number. That's what I said. There's no number.
So 10,000.
If I like the person and we had a great relationship, I wouldn't be like, you're disgusting.
You're going to catch herpes.
No, but that's what I said. As long as we get tested together and we know what our circumstance is before we go into a relationship, I do not want to have a conversation with you about how many people you slept with.
Well, then that answers the second question. Do you care about your partner's body count? Let me say this. You don't care if you date a whore. I do. I don't want to. I'm okay. We both walk in the room together. We both can't be whores. Like, we can't. I'm not a whore now. Oh. Now I'm not. But I had my era. I'm not
a retired whore.
I'm not retired. I'm on a break. Because Stella got her groove back, and my groove is coming as soon as I get out of office. But the reality is that no, seriously, I'm out of the era of where Rob is now, and I don't want to walk in the room and we both have, like the one I was dating, the model with the tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They say they're not a hoe, but I mean, if we both walk in the room together, it creates enough hysteria where I know there's some bodies that he done buried somewhere. You know what I mean? Plus, he looks so damn good. You think, he gotta have been a hoe. Yeah, I want to date somebody that's. This is my ideal person.
Untouched.
Yeah,
this is my ideal
virgin.
person. If you are out there, no, not a virgin, because I'm not about to teach you nothing. You have to be a 10 looks. You have to be you could be a 5 career, meaning you got something you're working on and you want more, or you got nothing, but you have all the ambition to get. You have to have that. And you have to have not been with, when I tell you the rooms you walk in, I don't want nobody to say they've had you. I will say my date at the award show, nobody knew who he was. He had come over here from Europe. He was the perfect one. He just is outside.
Yeah, we'll go to Europe with him and see if that same
I already
experience
heard. I heard people in Europe. They were like, I got calls. But anyway, because he's the it boy over there. He's like the hot guy. I want a guy that's a hot guy, but like nobody has had him, but everybody wants him. That's what I want. They don't exist in California. Everybody here, anywhere. All of you in Los Angeles, all of you all remind me of that trailer that says, do you want to get tested out in WeHo? Like everybody's seen it. Everybody's been in it. Everybody dodges it. Everybody acts like they don't see it. It's just, I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's nobody out here.
Yeah.
No, I think y'all are putting.
So my partner's body count does matter to me.
I think y'all have unrealistic expectations, as most people do.
Right, but that's why when you date people who have high body counts like yours, it doesn't work. Oh my God! Because you guys are into mathematics, like how much can we add and multiply versus like how can we just find people.
My body count could be 3, and you guys just don't know.
Rob, I've been with you in 1 day. You had 3 in 1 day.
I haven't even worked here that long, but Rob.
But again, I think it's
it's nobody's business. It can be nobody's business. You can say it's nobody's business.
And I think in some instances in relationships, you don't need. There's some things you just don't need to disclose. I don't need to know every single thing about a person I'm with.
You don't need to know the number. You can just talk to somebody, and I can tell on the whole radar. Like,
when you
what is
walk
given.
in a room and somebody's in the room that your partner has been with, do you want them to tell you?
Yes,
No.
Absolutely.
I need to know
Immediately.
ASAP.
I need you to be like,
Are you
that
disclosing with your partner every person that?
Oh,
you've
I
been
can't
with?
wait to point them out. That one right there. I sure do. I sure do. I tell them because I want them to know. Yeah, I don't want, because like the one, I use the one example, the model.
Yeah.
You remember what they did to me? Made that phone call. Remember?
Yes.
I don't like that. They told them. You need to tell me.
Yeah.
Don't tell them, hater.
But that person they told, that person's not a virgin.
Told what?
Go to their Instagram. They sure ain't.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
Everybody in the audience.
but
is
you
like,
would
drop the
love
name,
to
drop the
date
name.
Yeah,
that.
I'm
You
like,
would
what
love
is
to
going
date
on?
that person, and they are not a virgin.
Date? I don't know. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
Tyrese, we want to know your body count. Come on the Jason Lee show and tell us bye. All right, Raven and Miranda are in the news talking about sex. Also, let me just tell you, it's going down now. Raven-Symone and her wife Miranda recently got super personal about their bedroom activities and sexual preferences. Some social users even say their childhoods are ruined now, knowing how Raven uses a strap-on to blow her wife's back out.
Ooh.
Not the Hannah Montana partner over there.
Is that
Disney.
so, Raven?
Anyway, before we get into things, let's recap their love. Raven and her wife first met in 2015 and got married in 2020. While they were able to keep their dating life private, once they got married and launched their podcast, they could no longer remain tight-lipped about their love life and have been spilling all the beans. We started learning about their finances, how they sleep separately in the same house, and now we're learning how down and dirty they are when they get in the same bed. Now, while appearing on T.S. Madison's Outlaws podcast, Raven and Miranda revealed that their sex toy preferences are pretty interesting, and Raven admitted that she can be a bit of a bedroom bully to her wife. Listen.
You got the strap. You use the strap. What's the strap size, bitch? How big that motherfucker strap is? Is that motherfucker?
I'm courteous. I let her choose so that I don't have any problems.
Listen,
but it can't be a color.
Yeah.
Wait.
Cannot
I
be.
can't emasculate
can't
her.
be pink. Like, what the
It
what's
was-
pink?
Wait a minute. So it's like a blueberry.
It better not be.
No, it
Sorry.
has to be skin tone.
Nope.
Oh.
Skin tone. But she can choose the.
Raven.
Yes, ma'am.
You have it where it's ribbed for your pleasure too.
I've used those. Not a full fan because it moves a lot, and I don't need it. There's one thing I also love about Miranda that I've never had with any of my other partners is a mental connection that allows for a strap and a non-strap as well. And it feels the same either way.
So
It's weird.
you say it's weird?
Yeah,
weird.
it's not in a bad way. It's
Oh.
just like we have a really strong connection and we have a really good sexual chemistry. So it works really
That's
well.
another reason why I married her.
So when you look into her eyes and you tell her, take this mother, do you do that?
When you do it, do you do that?
I'm very gentle with my wife at times. And most times. It takes a consistent sexual pattern for it to get to there. But we are kind of in that brain space where we like to build tension over the course of time. So it's not an aggressive release at first. But if we do have a release and then we start and it kind of swirls into a week's worth of stuff, then we will get a little bit more aggressive as that goes. But my wife is a beautiful princess and I have to be gentle sometimes.
Okay. But you do have the spirit of take this
I do have
mother.
that. Yes. But we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, we won't.
She was just supposed to say, I was raised by. Oh my God.
She said, fuck all that Disney shit. Take this mother.
No joke. And I have to say, slow down. I have to say,
Okay, because it's Raven and Miranda and I know them, I feel offended.
What?
Because I don't want to hear about my friends. Like, I don't want to hear about your sex life or her sex life. I don't want to hear about my friend's sex life. It's Raven and Miranda. Not that I'm thinking of little Olivia from the Cosby Show. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about my friends. I don't want to know their sex life. Now I can't. Now I'm imagining this double-edged dildo and both of them. I don't want to see this image. But I do love that you guys are opening up, literally. Do you think that it's too much?
I don't know that it's too much. I feel like they share everything. Like, they were talking about like sleeping in separate beds. So to me, this just is another like, I love knowing like celebrity stuff. And I feel like lesbians don't talk about their sex life a lot. I didn't even know the double edge thing. I was asking Rob. I don't know what that is. So I like to learn.
Like if Rob and one of his friends wanted to use a dildo together, they have double dick dildos.
So they're just like
Oh God.
butt to butt.
I mean, I've never seen one in person, but I've seen things online.
You never seen one in a sex toy store, or you've never gone in a sex toy store?
Of course, I've been in an adult store.
Yeah.
Adult entertainment store.
Sure.
That's where I get my things.
Got it. Well, me personally, to answer the question, I do think sometimes we're in a culture of oversharing, but I also think that they're on a show where people understand that there's going to be oversharing. So
I
just
think T.S. Madison should have pulled hers out and said, "Is it
Yes.
big or not?"
Is it bigger than me? I just think don't watch the show if you don't want to hear them overshare. But also, I think out of Raven and Miranda's answers, we got really like in-depth conversations about their intimacy in a way that wasn't sexual. And I think that is the heart of what they were getting to. T.S. Madison just takes a road that's very dirty to
crime.
get
Road
there.
that's frequently traveled.
Yeah, a road that's frequently traveled to get to the answer. So I think there was some like really nice elements to the conversation. But again, the oversharing is a part of that show. So just don't watch it if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
We used to
I
grow up
love
with-
Raven. I just saw her and her wife. Remember I told you that Jonas Brothers wearing the same My Cheetah Girl shirt. She probably thinks I'm a weird fan, but
Probably.
probably.
You said what?
I said we grew up with that little old white lady with the glasses who used to
That
talk
was
about.
Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth,
Her
yeah.
job
Who the
was
hell is
her
that?
job was the era before you. Her job was to talk about
Dr.
sex.
Ruth.
But then that's what I'm saying. If you didn't want to hear Dr. Ruth's content, then you just didn't listen to Dr. Ruth.
But we didn't grow up watching Dr. Ruth on Disney.
But
though.
we also heard everything Dr. Ruth said.
But we did not see Dr. Ruth on Disney.
We didn't. But again, that's what I'm saying. Don't watch the content if you don't want
This
to hear
is
it.
still the Cheetah Girl.
So what? She's grown. She's a grown woman. She's not Disney anymore. That's not her brand anymore. She's not that little girl.
She will always be.
So
Disney.
She's grown up.
She's a grown woman.
All right. Anyway,
And she do grown
happy
woman
strapping.
things.
Bye. Well, Mariah Carey is in the news because she's talking about Tupac and that she wanted to date him. Mariah Carey recently talked about her past encounter with Tupac Shakur and how he gave her butterflies. She says she wished she would have not only collaborated with him on music, but that she would have dated him too. That's another way of saying she wished she would have hooked up with him. Here's what she told Power 106 LA's Letty Peniche.
To your book real quick. There's a story of a young man that you saw driving in with a Rolls Royce, and he says, "Hey Mariah," and then that whole night you were like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like butterflies."
Yes, more than butterflies.
Tupac Shakur. Yeah.
He said it like, "Hi Mariah," and I was like, and I was hosting the AMAs that year, so I
you
had
were
to
busy.
I had to keep going back and forth, but I wanted to keep going back and forth because that happened.
Would you have done a song with him? I know that
Yes.
that would have been, I guess, the perfect moment. Unfortunately, we lost him too soon.
I know. I loved hip hop, and I loved the moments that we're talking about,
Yeah.
especially "Hi Mariah." It was a pretty major moment for me,
Yeah.
to say the least.
That would have been the power couple of all power couples. I'm telling you, Mariah. Like, no one.
I wish.
Oh my God.
He would have knocked the dust off of that thing. He would have California. He would have Dear Mama did the hell out that thing. There would have been no Nick Cannon. If there would have been no Nick Cannon if he would have got that cannon.
They would have lasted
Oh my
forever.
God.
Right? You said always and forever.
They said they would have probably lasted forever.
I
You're saying
mean,
there would be no Nick Cannon.
Tupac doesn't give me a he'd be for. I mean,
You know-
Kadada. He was with Kadada at the end.
And Mariah was that girl.
I feel
Still
like
is,
everybody who's just a baddie has a Tupac. Like, he was trying to get that.
You know, my friend Cheyenne slept with him.
I know. She always shows me the photo. Like, that is crazy to me. I asked her
announcing it on
like
the show.
very detailed like
he
questions.
beat that thing into submission. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would have been here for a Mariah Carey and Tupac moment.
Absolutely. I mean, who else is on? Oh, nothing. We don't need to travel that road.
What's on what?
I was like, who else dated him?
Jada. Madonna. Didn't Madonna Tupac?
They hooked up.
Yeah, they
that's
hooked
right,
up.
That's right.
That was
That's right.
the paper. Yeah, it came out.
Yeah, he had some baddies.
Period. Tupac was
Google
that thing.
Google list of celebrity. Who did Tupac sleep with?
Can we say date?
No.
Who was on his body count?
Madonna, Faith Evans, Keisha Morris.
Faith Evans wasn't allegedly because she denied it.
Who? Keisha Morris. Jada Pinkett. Left Eye, allegedly.
Heather Hunter.
Kidada.
All right, such an icon gone too soon. It's so crazy that Tupac in our minds still looks like this, although he'd be like 50-something right now, right? Crazy. And she still looks good. Bring your ass on the show. Stop playing with me. All right, bye. Deion Sanders is in the news. Why does this look like Brashear Gray from,
Oh, yeah.
you know, have you been seeing
The Crash Out?
Yeah. Brashear, what is going on? Anyway, this is Shilo. This is Shilo and Shedeur. Anyway, his amazing sons who are doing very well. All right, well, listen, Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime, recently addressed all of the controversy surrounding his two sons in the NFL. Now, Shilo and Shedeur Sanders, as you know, both have entered the NFL. Let me just give them a round of applause really quick. Black excellence. Okay, two apples who didn't fall too far from the big tree. Hey, Carucci. That's her boyfriend. I could give her a shout out. That's my friend. Hey, Kay. Huh?
She just caught a stray.
Kay Saunders. Now, we know this past April, Shedeur, a potential number 1 draft pick, was skipped until the 5th round, which was shady as hell, finally being drafted to the Cleveland Browns after their 144th pick. Now, collusion rumors began circulating, accusing the NFL of telling all 32 teams not to sign Shedeur to teach that boy a lesson, and their dad, a hard lesson on humility. Something that people think that they don't have. Now, Pro Football Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson even alleged that the Browns weren't going to sign Shedeur until someone made a call. Take a listen.
And I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told other, don't draft him, do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft
really?
Him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't going to draft him either. They weren't going to draft him. They were forced into drafting him because somebody made a call to them. They were going to have him, he was not going to get drafted to basically show you this is what happens when you do this. I mean, look, McFred, the NFL got all kind of power. They do all kind of stuff. You know that, and I know it too. When I saw it, when he went to the second one, I said, I said it out loud. They're not going to draft him. They're going to make an example out of him. I knew it. So the guy that they drafted, the quarterback they drafted ahead of him, he wasn't as good as Shedeur. He even said it. I mean, how do you draft a guy that you know that's not better than the guy that you drafted after? That don't even make sense.
Do you think Shedeur knew they wanted to make an example out of him?
I don't think he realized to the extent that the NFL would go to make an example out of him. No, I don't think he knew that. I don't think his dad knew. I'll just say it. They don't like when guys have brands, especially black players. That's mostly us with the brand. Some guys are flashy and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that. He had already made $17 million from a card deal that he already signed. A card deal. He had $17 million already for that. He had another 14, I think, from a shoe, Nike or some shoe deal. So he was good with money wise, but I know he wants to play in the National Football.
As Cleveland signed Shedeur, his brother Shilo went undrafted. And was soon signed to the team in Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, as a free agent. Now, this meant he had to walk a straight line and overly prove himself to make the team after preseason was over. However, during the Bucs' final preseason game, he lost his cool defending himself and ended up not only getting ejected from the game, but from the team and the NFL. During the season quarter of the game, Shilo, who plays safety, was being heavily blocked, shoved, and pushed by Buffalo Bills tight end Zach Davidson. And we got the video. Take a look.
That's the tight end, Zach Davidson. And a swing, Sanders. Right there. And a shove back.
That's not going to be good.
He hit him first.
It was in response to the same behavior. Yeah.
Are we saying that the rules apply to black people differently than white people in the NFL? The Bucs ejected Shilo from the game, and less than 24 hours later, they waived him. For the non-sport fans, being waived means following the NFL draft and during the preseason teams, they have to trim their players down to 53 before the main season. Shilo made it an easy call by swinging back at the guy. Now, after the incident, his agents hoped to get him signed to another team, but regardless of how things shake out, Shilo's dad, Deion, is keeping the faith. Here's what he tweeted after Shilo got cut and amid collusion rumors regarding Shedeur. He said, "Let's go. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow ain't promised. Therefore, today we'll get everything I got. Coach Prime. Trust God." Then he retweeted, "From my earliest youth, my enemies have persecuted me, but they have never defeated me." And then he said, "Lord, I thank you for it all." Now, when directly asked about Shilo being waived, Deion said all of his boys will be good. Listen.
Hey, just got to talk to you about, NFL is a tough business. Shilo had, some bad. It's just, have you talked to him and how are his spirits?
Most definitely. He's my son. I'm proud of my kids, all of them. And I prepared my kids for any and everything that could possibly happen in life and in sports. That's part of fathering. That's part of parenting. That's part of having a relationship. So he is mentally where he needs to be, physically where he needs to be. We're praying that he gets another opportunity to go with a team. But if he doesn't, the plans have already been put forward to what he's going to do next. So Shilo is a man of many talents. I don't know if you guys know, he's a man of many talents, and he's going to be straight. All the Sanders are going to be straight, with or without football. You better believe that. You better believe that.
Doesn't seem like, I love the fact that, Deion, that you're involved in your kid's life because you're a father, a black man, great example of getting their kids to the finish line, supporting them all the way through. But sometimes our stage parents can kind of be a little too much. Don't we think it's time now that he backs off and let them live their adult lives since they've made it this far?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know nothing about football, but I feel like there's powers above that hate Deion Sanders, and then the kids are just kind of like getting like the shit end of the stick to pay for like their dad's transgressions. And I do feel like black, white, music, athletes, like there is a problem with like Nepo babies. Like I think that they get a lot of stuff without working for it, but these guys clearly are good at what they do and their craft. So this just seems like directed towards hate for the dad, for Deion.
Yeah, and I personally think he should use his voice in this circumstance, especially because his kids are being unfairly targeted. So I think him publicly speaking up about it brings more attention to it. And I think more attention does need to be brought to these situations. Like we clearly just looked at a clip where he was penalized for repeating the behavior that someone else initiated. So it's like he's going to continue to face that, especially with his dad being Deion Sanders. But I think his father's in the right position for this specifically, to stand up for his kids and like speak publicly about his kids. And I think he's right. They're probably going to be okay. They're rich. They're going to be fine. Their father's a legend. They're becoming legends. I think they'll be fine. But at the same time, there's something that still hurts when a person is like pursuing something that they really, really love, and then the powers that be are preventing them from.
Well, this is the crazy part. I've lived long enough to watch Deion Sanders on the Cowboys and watch his career and this and that. Deion Sanders hasn't done anything but been great and cocky, and that's what they don't like. You're good and cocky. Wait, is that what's going on with you? I kind of feel like when they can't beat you at your game, they make up stuff where they create madness, which is typical. And so in this respect, I when I say I think you should kind of step back, I think you got to let them get off the training wheels and walk on their own for a while too, right? Like he made $17 million, what we talked about. They've done the work, and they made it not on their father's laurels, but on their own hard work. And I do feel like part of success is allowing your kids the opportunity to kind of go out there and walk on your own 2 feet. I don't think he should disappear, but I do think you got to let them make their own mistakes or whatever. To your point, though, they are being wrongfully targeted, in part because they're his son, so he probably feels some guilt, like I got to protect them as Papa Bear. I wish that this wasn't the story. I wish this was more about how long him and Carucci have been dating and how they hooked up and where they met and what the hell is going on. Because Carucci, I have not slid in your good little DMs yet, but I'm going to at some point because I want to know. I did talk to Tracy Edmonds, though, but I'm not going to get into that conversation.
Period.
I know everybody. Is it crazy? I'm friends with Babyface, who's Tracy Edmonds' ex-husband. But I talked to Tracy Edmonds, who's Deion Sanders' ex-fiance, and I'm friends with Carucci before all these people who I hooked up with Chris Brown, but Chris is selling out arenas and she's on the bedside. It's all messy. That's why I love not being a celebrity in the sense of him not in this pool with all of you people. I get to dip my toe in for work, and guess what? Now I'm about to dip my toe out. Goodbye, Deion, and thank you for coming to the show. I ain't got no more.
That's it? Oh my God, this was a fast show.
Why can't they all be like this?
This was a fast show. You know why? It's
In
a lot
and
of
out.
this is a really good show.
And you know what we didn't achieve? We didn't get Rob's body count.
Oh my God, we didn't get yours or Marina's either.
And won't.
Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.